first will be heard in Italian, the second one in English. Prego.
Nanni, senti, una partita a 50 minuti dove effettivamente è stato il grande cuore, grande difesa e tante belle cose. Dopodiché che cosa è successo?
Sì, è vero, analizzare e cercare di prendere di buono qualcosa in una partita che finisce 46-0, 48 è frustrante, ma sono d'accordo che i primi 50 minuti del primo tempo è stato possiamo prendere diversi aspetti positivi di questo tempo. In 50 minuti siamo stati circa in partita e quindi è questo che dobbiamo portare avanti per il futuro, cercando di analizzare quei 50 minuti ciò che in quel momento è riuscito meglio. Siamo rimaste disciplinate nel piano di gioco in gran parte del tempo, quindi in questa partita, in quelle situazioni, il gioco al piede ci stava dando risultati positivi e quindi siamo rimaste focalizzati in quello. Quindi sicuramente la dominanza fisica degli inglesi alla lunga è emersa e le ragazze sono state sin troppo coraggiose e efficaci nonostante i nostri acciacchi. Noi abbiamo avuto una settimana molto travagliata in termini di infortuni, acciacchi, ragazze che non si sono potute allenare per infortuni, quindi è stata una preparazione molto molto dura da questo punto di vista.
Posso dirti un elemento di... sì, sarà anche finita 48-0, però la volta precedente qui era finita 74-0, ora mi dirai che c'è stata l'espulsione dell'inglese, però l'impressione è che in realtà l'Inghilterra vi ha controllato, ha una tale potenza fisica in mischia che non ha subito più di tanto dell'espulsione, quindi secondo la Packer gli avete creato un sacco di problemi da qui a fare al breakdown e la capacità di rompere il ritmo.
Sì, assolutamente sì. Poi alla lunga, ripeto, la fisicità, anche la bravura, cioè da riconoscere, se no non stavano al top del ranking mondiale, è emersa, è normale, però ripeto, le ragazze sono state estremamente valide fin quando hanno potuto, perché battersi faccia a faccia contro le migliori per 50 minuti io credo che sia un punto di uno step avanti rispetto al passato, e quindi cerchiamo sempre di più di assottigliare il gap che c'è con loro, e arriverà il giorno che staremo per 80 minuti a competere per la partita.
3.600 spettatori borsani di Mitumaro, quindi oggi c'era un grande 16° uomo, ho visto tanti bambini anche entusiasti che continuavano a urlare Italia, Italia. Posso chiedere al capitano le sensazioni che ha provato?
E oggi sicuramente giocare in casa per noi è stato importantissimo, è bellissimo vedere lo stadio che si riempie e sentire un sostegno così vicino sicuramente. E vi posso solo ringraziare tutti quelli che sono venuti e invitarli a continuare a farlo.
Io penso di sì, perché comunque il risultato con l'Inghilterra non era inaspettato tutto sommato. Purtroppo, però voi vi siete combattuti. Il prossimo obiettivo?
Ma rispondo io, per il prossimo obiettivo noi analizziamo partita dopo partita. La prossima sarà con l'Irlanda, una squadra che abbiamo visto ieri, anche lei è cresciuta molto, quindi già da domani inizieremo a preparare la prossima partita. Abbiamo diverse ragazze che sono uscite fisicamente acciaccate da questo incontro, d'altronde l'abbiamo messo in preventivo che probabilmente la fisicità degli inglesi avrebbe lasciato il segno. In più avevamo già di nostro qualche ragazza che, ripeto, era acciaccata, quindi sicuramente da domani inizieremo a lavorare per l'Irlanda, perché sarà un altro grande appuntamento dove siamo vogliosi di riscatto.
Michela Sillari? Se proprio si ha
Michela
un'idea?
ha subito una bella distorsione vedendola, è un gesto tecnico che io sono anni che dico che la World Rugby dovrebbe togliere, questo crocodile roll. Se andiamo a vedere quanti giocatori si sono infortunati in maniera serissima alle articolazioni inferiori, stiamo veramente parlando di fine carriera o quasi. È un gesto tecnico che andrebbe tolto. Quindi
È serio, insomma. È serio l'incidente.
Sembrerebbe una distorsione, sembrerebbe. Farà accertamenti, però ecco, se non ci fosse questo gesto tecnico così rischioso per il rugby in generale, sarebbe molto meglio.
Grazie.
Before starting the part in English, we will try with the remote questions. Abbiamo domande da remoto?
Ciao, buonasera.
Ciao Francesco.
Ciao, Nanni, adesso archiviando e sperando di aver perso meno giocatrici possibili, questa partita si va in Irlanda, dove è una squadra alla portata di questa Italia, ma in Irlanda l'Italia non ha mai vinto. Dove sta l'equilibrio e come si vince una partita così?
Sicuramente quello che noi dobbiamo cercare di analizzare è noi stessi prima di tutto, quindi cercare di rimettere a punto gli aspetti che oggi non sono riusciti al meglio, consapevoli che la potenza delle inglesi è unica a livello mondiale, non solo nelle 6 nazioni, però cerchiamo innanzitutto di analizzare noi stessi prima dell'Irlanda e siamo sicuri che il nostro gioco ancora non è stato mai espresso totalmente. Quello che noi cerchiamo di fare allenamento dopo allenamento è costruire il nostro gioco per essere più efficaci ad ogni partita. Quando poi mettiamo in pratica un piano di gioco piuttosto che un altro, ma cerchiamo in base all'avversario ogni volta di adattare il nostro piano di gioco cercando di performarlo al meglio.
So, any questions in English?
Yes, okay. Giovanni, commiserations. How pleased were you with that opening half an hour from your side?
Yes, the first part of the game, the girls played a quite good rugby. Even they had few situations where they made in trouble England, and especially with the kicks, and yes, that was our game plan. And for the first 40-50 minutes we were in the game, and that's the challenge for the next match, to be in the match all the way for 80 minutes.
And can I just ask you what your thoughts were on the Sarah Beckett red card on Michelle so early on in the game? Obviously it looks bad. John Mitchell, the England head coach, just said that she had some element of mitigation. What was your reaction to it?
I was just talking with our Italian journalist about that, and I think that kind of cleaning technique is so bad in terms of dangerous. It's so dangerous that I think the World Rugby must change technique to clean the breakdown. So this crocodile roll is too dangerous. We can see so many injured in the years that why don't delete this technique just to clean the ball, pushing straight away in the breakdown, instead of to make a twist. Is too dangerous.
And how is Michelle? Do you know, have you had a chance to assess her injury?
she's going just now for some medical exam, so we will hope will be not so bad the injury.
Fingers crossed.
Yes.
Thank you.
Cross fingers.
Grazie.
Thank you.
Mario?
Un'ultima cosa dai sull'ottimismo. La difesa da Drai ha funzionato per lunghi tratti piuttosto bene. O abbiamo avuto culo, non lo so. Secondo me ha funzionato molto bene.
Il culo non
contro
fa
questo
parte
tipo
del-
di, contro questo tipo di squadre
Almeno
cioè,
3 drive loro che sono stati fermati, non l'avevo mai visto.
no, ma
Tutti questi anni.
se posso dire, io sono orgogliosissima della mia squadra oggi e sicuramente a un certo punto abbiamo subito il loro strapotere fisico, su questo non c'è dubbio, ma l'abbiamo ritardato molto più del solito ed era tanto che in un primo tempo non uscivamo con così poco distacco da loro e tutto si può migliorare, ma siamo rimaste nel nostro piano di gioco e ha funzionato e dobbiamo solo continuare a lavorare. Io sono molto molto positiva.
L'Irlanda non è neanche il drive dell'Irlanda, non è paragonato.
Lo vedremo ovviamente a tempo debito, però io sono confidente in tutti gli aspetti del gioco.
Sì, ma parlando di difesa, non solo il drive abbiamo difeso bene, anche altre istituzioni sono state ben difese, quindi la difesa in generale in molti aspetti è andata bene.
Grazie. Thank you.
It was a bit of a tale of two halves, wasn't it? What are your thoughts?
I think from the forwards, I'm super proud of the way the girls performed today. We knew Italy were a good outfit. They were going to come out and challenge us. It was about us being patient, playing to our game plan. We talked about we wanted to let off the handbrake, and we did that. I think, you know, a few soft areas that we won't be happy with as a squad, but that's a fix-up going into next week. I think immensely proud of how the girls performed, especially when we went down to 13. It shows just real character and testament to the way they went out and played.
Yeah. Mitch, you've spoken a lot about how you want this side to embrace pressure and unfairness in the quest to get better. That certainly happened when Sarah Beckett was red carded early on. What did you make of how the Red Roses reacted in that first half?
You know, we responded really calmly. It's a testament, like Marty said, to go to play the game with 14, eventually 13. So yeah, we planned for cards as well. So we were talking about it this morning, actually, and just talking about it, somebody was saying, well, it doesn't happen very often 13, but it's going to become quite common, I think, if the referees is going to deal with the breakdown like that. So just at the end of the day, the girls responded in a situation that was difficult for them, and got out of it really calmly, and the way that they put speed on the game towards the end was really encouraging.
Have you had a chance yet to sort of review what happened with Sarah and later Helena?
No, I haven't, but I think we got to also. There's no mitigation for those girls in the clean out when a tackler is off her feet. So I think we've got to look at it both ways. Why does the player have to go so low in a situation when the tackler is actually off her feet? So in an illegal situation. So I think today I thought the girls probably had an element of mitigation in both those instances.
Sorry, say that a bit.
In both of those instances.
They had some mitigation.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Just a more general question in the build-up to this, opener. Have you at Penny Hill been training with a referee in camp?
Yes, we have. Yeah.
Who is that?
We had George last week. He's got a similar haircut to me.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and glasses. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And obviously they kicked on much better after the second half. The kind of semblance of normality was restored with Ellie crossing. What did you make of how they kicked on after the break?
You know, we were really specific at half time. Leaders were clear about what was successful. We're just starting to build some nice pressure before half time. We let off the pressure clearly by just not holding on to the ball, at vital times. But I'd rather see the intent to get to where we thought the space was. We can always get better because these girls are great players. So we don't want to close up our intent of where we want to get to. But we just thought that in the context of the game and receiving the card, that the infield position was critical to us. Our set piece dominance was starting to show, and our defence was outstanding.
And what would you say you've learned about this side, having seen them in action, you know, for the first time in your new role as?
Well, it's not the first time I've seen them really.
But you know, with you at the helm officially in the John Mitchell
Yeah,
era.
sure. I love the girls. They want to get better, and they will get better. They will be better for that head out.
Yeah. Hi. Congratulations first on your achievement, personal, and you have played Italy many times, and as ironic as it may sound, the 48-0 defeat, considering the recent past, could be a decent result for Italy in a certain sort of way. I mean, from your perception on the field, how do you find Italy compared to last year, for example? I'm curious. I mean, in terms of the challenge they posed, because is it all down to the sending off, or did you find the difference in style of play, or anyway?
No, they caused us great pressure. They brought line speed and they shut the ball down, and also they made our breakdown a mess. So actually it was for us to adapt while we were in game to get better. I think they really posed questions about us. They're a team that are growing with every team in the Six Nations. So, you know, I really wish them the best of luck for the rest of the tournament. And yeah, thank you.
Anyone on the Zoom? Harry?
Yeah, I'll come in. Hi Mitch, hi Marley.
Hi.
Congratulations both. Just to you, Marley, Mitch has talked about the intent he wants you guys to show and sticking to the game plan. Were you pleased with how you did that out there? Because, you know, it would have been easy to go into your shells, it would have been easy to maybe play a bit tighter, but you kept the ambition that Mitch seems to want.
Yeah, most definitely. And I think, you know, we talked about on the pitch, we need to be a bit more direct with our carries. Let's not go wide too early. We're talking about we want to let off the handbrake in play, but actually let's be direct in the way we want to play. If we get those big front up carries and then get front foot ball, then we can play. But also the bit about, you know, we talked about at half time that we might put boot to ball a bit more, and then we came out and executed that. So actually we're giving clear messages to the girls and they're reacting to it, and you know, that's something that I'm super proud of.
And Mitch, just a word on maybe how Zoe Harrison and Emily Scarra went. First time they played at test level for a long while, and both probably a bit short of minutes, and maybe did that show in the first half, but they began to settle in, Zoe particularly, I think, after half time.
Yeah, no, they had difficult halves, but they fought through them really well, and that's what we want from our girls, is the ability to fight through it, because they've got our backing, and good players sometimes need to go through that to respond. So they'll both be better for that performance, and likely the other added part to that is that they've now played Test rugby again, which is the ultimate objective, is to get all those girls that have been out of here for a long time, get them back into the mode of playing Test rugby, and they understand the reality again, and they'll get better for it.
We know you sort of sketched out your plan for the first few rounds of this tournament in terms of what you were going to do with the side. Does anything that has happened today, potentially a ban with Sarah Beckett notwithstanding, does anything change your thoughts about how you might manage this campaign? Is there a need maybe to build a bit more continuity, do you think?
One hasn't selected the other 3 test matches, so yeah. So
broadly, you're still going in with the same mindset for the tournament. There's nothing today that's caused a rethink, I guess.
We've named our first 2 test teams. We've got through the first one. We've now got to recover really, really quickly and get on with the next one, and then we'll be back in the fellow week preparing for the next 3 tests. So yeah, there's plenty of competition, and one hasn't said anything about rotations or anything at that point. So our plans are quite clearly with me at the moment. Yeah.
Thanks, Mitch. Happy birthday for yesterday.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Congratulations on the 100.
Thank you.
Sorry, can I just ask you to expand briefly on the mitigation that you thought was there for Sarah?
If you just look at the tackle by Beckett, who's on the chest, which is obviously poor technique, but that girl that was over the ball was actually flat as a pancake off her feet. So how does she remove her? So I feel there's mitigation there, like and she landed late on the leg. It wasn't like immediate. But if you look at the tackleur, she was off her feet. You look at Helena when she went into the breakdown. She lost her feet, but the tackler was off her feet again. So, and somebody hit her and she tripped and then went and did make contact, and obviously was remorseful, but unfortunately all that movement was out of her circumstances. So to me, mitigation again is around the tackler. We can't just send people off. We're not looking at both sides of the ball.
Okay, I see. And can I just ask as well, how pleasing is it that you nilled Italy again in this fixture for the second consecutive year?
Yeah, I think Sarah's going to have to down a Corona, I reckon. She's. I thought they did a great job. The girls double hits, the way they slowed the ball down, the way that they counted, the way that we dealt with the edges when we were obviously short on numbers as well, and yeah, there was some good attacking turnover ball used as well, which is a growth area for us. I think even Kelsey, I think he got about 3 turnovers today as a tight head, so I was really pleased for her in that aspect.
Fantastic. Celebrate well tonight.
Thank you.
Just going to check if Sarah, are you there or are you podding?